Welcome back to Operation Market Garden. This is a game of BBR number 3, and we are just about into round 5 with Russia next to go. And there are some very interesting developments here happening on the Eastern Front. Germany is slowly advancing into the Russian motherland. We have lost Leningrad to the Germans, and we've lost our Southern Army group. Lost a lot of tanks, and it was a bloody battleground here in Bessarabia over the last couple of rounds, and Germany just smashed in there with 10 heavy tanks, and is eyeing the Russian southern territories. So let's see what Russia is going to do here in response. So for purchases, we have 51 to spend, and we are going to be spending it on 2 infantry and an artillery, 2 artillery and an infantry, 3 mech, and 3 tanks. And this will come to a grand total of 51 IPCs all spent. All right, so for combat moves, we have 5. Technically 6, I think. Let's start with the easy ones first, the walk-ins. So up here in Finland and Norway, we're going to be a little bit cheeky. Let's see if I can put this here somewhere. And the Finland and Norway is both unoccupied, so we're basically going to take our tank here in Karelia and blitz across into Norway. And we're also taking our mech and artillery, and they're moving into Finland. Okay, so we'll flip this over. We've captured Finland and Norway, and I will update the chart straight away, as that's what I do, otherwise I forget. So let's go ahead and do that. So up 2 for Finland and up 3 for Norway. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Russia comes up to 34, and Germany will come down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to 46. The other walk-in is going to be over here in Korea. Basically just going to take 1 infantry from Manchuria and waltz into Korea. And this time we get to take it, which is nice. So another 3 IPCs for Russia. 1, 2, 3 up to 37. And this time Japan will come down 1, 2, 3 to 47. Now for the combat moves, which involve some dice rolling. And there are 3 of them. Western Ukraine, and we've got a German infantry and artillery here defending. We're going to send in 3 units from Bryansk, 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 mech. So we're leaving behind 2 tanks and 2 mech, and sending in everything else. We'll also take the 2 fighters in from Bryansk. Okay, and the final, these will have 3 movement left, so I put these here. The final unit that will be participating in that attack is the tactical bomber up in Archangel at the movement of 1, 2, and 3. Okay, similarly in Belarus, we have an infantry and an artillery belonging to the Germans. I'm going to try and take those out. So from Smolensk, we have 3 infantry coming in. We're leaving 6 behind. So 3 out of the 9 infantry are going in there. And we'll support this battle with a fighter from Archangel and a fighter from Smolensk. And the final combat move is in C-Zone 115, where we have 6 German transport ships, all on their lonesome. And we will try our best to take 1 of these out, maybe 2. With our submarine here. And that's the last combat move for now. So let's go ahead and do some battles. Let's start with the battle for Western Ukraine, and I will pop this all on the battle board. Okay, put it all onto the battle board, and the Russians are not Germans. What we're going to do is we're going to use our tactical bomber here to target select the artillery. See if we can take him off right off the bat here. So we've got 1 dice at 3 for the target selection. Let's go Russia. This is my first target select ever. And it's a hit. Absolutely fantastic. So we'll take the artillery off straight away. And that means didn't need to bring quite as much into this battle, but that's the way it goes. So we'll do 1 dice at 1 for the infantry on its own. We've also got a mech and artillery paired. And then 2 fighters at 3. All we need is 1 hit. And 1 hit we get. So returning fire will be 1 German infantry at 2 or less. Can he bring 1 down with him? It is a miss. Alright, pop this back on the board. And we will continue with the battle for Belarus. So let's get this on the battle board. Alrighty. So here we have it. 3 Russian infantry and 2 fighters attacking German infantry and artillery. Unfortunately, no target selection this time. We need 2 hits, 3 at 1 for the unpaired infantry, and we also have 2 at 3 for the fighters. 2 hits is what we need, and we get 2 hits. So 1 of the fighters and 1 of the infantry hit. So far, so good. Returning fire though, let's see what damages the Germans can do, if any. We've got 2 blue dice. They fire and both miss again. I don't really feel bad because the Germans did exactly the same thing and there go, and I got no hits back. So what goes around comes around, bro. All right, last battle though, and this would be really nice if this went well. We have 1 submarine against 6 transports. And let's see how this one goes. So the submarine will get a surprise strike or a target select, and let's hope this hits. It does hit. Fantastic. That means that 1 of the transports has been eliminated. So there are only 5 transports now, so only 2 dice at 1 can be rolled in the return fire. And both of them miss. I'm going to put this on the battle board actually, just so I can track hits and the such. So let's do that. Like so. Okay, so one transport is out. Let's continue. This time the transports will get to roll back regardless of whether I hit or miss, so I'll throw them all in together. And wow, everything hit that time, which means the submarine is dead, but we did take out a 2nd transport ship. So there should, wait a minute, how many, were there only 5 transports in there? Either way, both of them hit. So there's 3 transports going back into 115. And if I did that wrong, like, someone in the group will let me know, I suppose. So great. Well, not great, but goodish. Let's go into the non-combat phase, and just before I do that, I will update the IPC chart once again. So we go up 2 for Western Ukraine and up 1 for Belarus. So that is +3 for Russia. 1, 2, 3 up to 40, and -3, 1, 2, 3 to 43 for the Germans. Non-combat movement then. We have a few of these. Let's start in Western Ukraine and land our tactical bomber into Bryansk. He only has one movement point left, so that's where he's got to go really. But he won't be in there alone. We have got 7 infantry in Moscow and 6 of them going into Bryansk. The 7th guy will use the railroad off the Moscow factory and move down to Ukraine. The 2 tanks and the 2 mech in Bryansk will come back to Moscow. From Smolensk, we have 2 AA guns. We're going to split them in half. So one of them is going to go into Bryansk, and the other one is going to go up into Archangel, along with the 6 infantry that we have in Smolensk. We have 2 fighters in Belarus with 3 movement left, and we have 2 fighters in Western Ukraine with 3 movement left. All of them will be returning to Archangel. Scratch that. 3 of them will be returning to Archangel. Let's move one to Bryansk, along with the tactical bomber. Sorry about that. There's some stuff up in Karelia, and we need to move that. That is just, we've got 2 infantry in Karelia. We've already moved the mech and the artillery into Finland. The other infantry, we're going to leave 1 in Karelia, and the other one is going to go into Vyborg. And our submarine, which hasn't moved the entire game in 127, will move to, let's go to 125. We have an infantry in northern Iran moving to Caucasus. And everything in Manchuria. That is 15 infantry and artillery, 2 AA guns, minus the tank, okay? Everything's going to push forward into J-Hole. And the tank will move 2 spaces. We're going to move him through J-Hole into where the Chinese stuff is. What is this territory? It's Anhui. We're going to Anhui. And I think that is all the Russian movements complete for this turn. Looks good to me. So let's figure out how much we collect. But before we do that, of course, we must place our units. So we're going to place our units as follows. 2 artillery and an infantry in Bryansk. 2 infantry and an artillery up in Archangel. And the rest, 3 mech, 3 tanks into Moscow. Now we can collect our money. So we're at 40 IPCs on the chart. We have a national objective of controlling Siberia, Urals and Ukraine. Long may that last. And we also have a couple of German and pro-Axis territories. We control northern or northwest Iran for 2. We also control Finland for another 2, and now Norway for another 2. So that's an additional 6. So 40 plus 9, we have 49 collected for the Russians for this turn. And let's not forget our Lend-Lease roll as well. We have 1 dice to roll at 6, and we'll see what we've got. I found this yellow dice the other day. Let's see if it brings me any luck. We want a 5 or a 6 again. We did get quite lucky last turn. Let's see what we get this time. We get a 4. We get a destroyer in a Sea Zone 127, or collect 5 IPCs. Let me think about this for a sec. To be honest, this is a tough one. I think I'd rather have the money. I don't know what I'm going to do with the destroyer at this point in the game. I think I'm better off with 5 extra squid. So I think I'm going to go with that, but I can't. I would WhatsApp my teammates and kind of ask them, but that would end the recording. So I'm just going to go with an extra $5 for Russia for that instead. So we will now end the turn on 10, 20, 30, 40, 54 IPCs for Russia. Okay, so just before we round up then, we're going to just do a recap. Caucasus, 1 infantry. Ukraine, 1 infantry. Western Ukraine, an infantry, a mech, and an artillery. Bryansk has 7 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 AA gun, 1 fighter, 1 tactical. Moscow, we have 5 tanks, 5 mech. Belarus, we have 3 infantry, a flag, and some stuff I didn't put away. Up in Archangel, we have 10 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 AA gun, 3 fighters. Karelia, 1 infantry. Vyborg, 1 infantry. Finland, a mech and an artillery. And Norway, 1 tank. Sea Zone 125 has 1 submarine. And last but not least, over here in China, we have 15 infantry in J-Hole. We have an AA gun, 2 AA guns and 1 artillery. 1 infantry in Korea. And 1 tank in Armway. That wraps up the round 5 turn for Russia. Next to go is Japan. Looking forward to this one. Let's see if he will come after the Russians in J-Hole. Really, actually quite curious to see what Japan will do here. Still lots to play for. Thanks for watching. Good luck, Chaplain, and take it easy.